How's it going, guys? Something came into the mail today. It's a product from a company I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It's an oil catch can. All right, so what exactly is an oil catch can for? Pretty much all modern cars have a PCV system. And what happens is you have gases that are then sucked in here and then are reburned into the engine. But what happens is in the crankcase, it also sucks up oil. And that is not good to have in the air intake. So this is everything that comes with it. See, we got the hoses here. This right here is a drain extension kit. We have the oil catch can and some fasteners. We're gonna go ahead and start unscrewing these. I also mentioned, by the way, I'm using a wrench. The reason is because if you try to get a socket in here, you have this right here, it's in the way, and you might not be able to make it fit. Depending on the set you have, you might be able to make it work, but I couldn't get mine to fit in there, so if all else fails, you can use a 10mm wrench. All right, so the bolts are out. So what we could do here is we could take the bracket. This is the bracket. We could take it and we could put it on, but instead what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and bolt it onto the catch can first to make life easier. And these bolts, just take an 11mm wrench and a socket. Also make sure that this little clip right here is not in the way, because it is in my case. Okay, here's the drain for the oil catch can. You're gonna have a hose that runs from this little golden piece right here. It's gonna connect to the top of this, and then you're gonna have a little lever here. You can open it up to let out the oil. I'm gonna have this bolted right down there next to the radiator. Look with the flash on. I'll zoom in up there so you can kind of see the bolt, that one there. Okay, so I tried to get that bolt down there with a socket, and it was just too narrow. I didn't have enough room for leverage. With a wrench here, I actually was able to break it loose, so a little hint. All right, guys, as you can see, I got the bolt out. That was extremely painful, but I did get it. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have this mount. This right here is a drain, so it's gonna be one to face it down. We're gonna have it mounted. See if I can get in there. Oh, it's kind of hard to stick my hand in there, but it's gonna be about there. To make life easier, I'm gonna go ahead and put the hose on and clamp it on before I screw it in down there. The clamps on here are actually kind of small, a little bit too small almost. So if I were you guys, I would leave these on there. And then also, since we're gonna have it mounted this way, try and have that facing outward so it's accessible. Guys, oh, this has got to be one of the most painful, hard to reach screws ever. Oh, I have barely any turn radius or leverage. You want to make sure that the hose coming from it does not come in contact with anything. You don't want to touch this right here because this gets hot. So you want it to be roughly in between there. Just make sure that the hoses aren't really contacting anything. And then we're gonna have this part right here. Eventually it's going to connect to the bottom of this when we have this mounted. I swear there's absolutely nothing on this car that is easy to get to. But here's how I have it routed. So I'm mounting the oil catch can right now. You guys can see I have it going down there. I really didn't want to touch anything, but I just really couldn't get it with the way that that's angled to just go straight. So what I did was I just kind of tucked it in between a little rubber part here and the coolant reservoir, instead of having it touched against this, because this gets really hot. In between there, it's got at least something. So yeah, right now I'm currently mounting it back on. So I'll give you an update here in a bit. All right, I have the canister mounted. Now I just need to get the hoses ran to the PCV system. So the two clamps we're gonna be pulling is that one there and that one there. So I have it off. As you can see, there is some oil on top of that see if I can get my camera in there a little bit. Well, you can definitely see there's oil on there. And this is what it looks like inside the tube. All right, so here's a part of the tube that connects right there going into the manifold. As you can see, there is oil in it. All right, make sure when you put the clamps back on that they're accessible. This thing is, I had to kind of push it out from behind that, so something to keep in mind. All right, guys, so my install is pretty much done. This is what I got so far. So on the bottom here, we have it, and it runs down in between there. I couldn't get it to where it wasn't touching anything at that point, but it's in between the rubber and the coolant reservoir, and it's not touching any of the metal, which gets hot. It runs down back there, right there, and then bolts up. It's very close. As you guys can see, the handle for my nozzle there is just barely going past that little piece of plastic right there. But it's not gonna hit the fan, but it is close. So it is a very tight install. Hose here goes to the top of the valve cover, and then we have the second hose here, and that's gonna run to the vacuum or the manifold. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now the part I've been waiting for all day. I'm gonna start the car up and see if everything runs okay. Well, hopefully it will start, because these lights have been on now for a couple of hours, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if the battery is near dead. All right, I'm willing to bet this thing is probably dead. What do you guys think? Here we go. Close. Well, it's still running. Well, it's relatively late at night, but everything seems to be going okay. I haven't noticed any issues or any hesitations while driving or anything like that. So it looks like everything's a go. Another modification that I got from Anthony G35's YouTube channel. So I'll leave a link in the description below. He goes into a little bit more detail than I do. I'm more of a quick guide, but really annoying, but other times it can be really helpful. All right, guys, I'll make sure to update you guys on if I catch anything inside the can, and I'll post updates. And thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.